Video, I'm going to be going over the Hustle Got Real settings and tools should you use these guys as your software provider. So essentially at the top I just select settings, channel, just bring me channel settings. My standard markup's 40%. Stock, price and price decrease I want to be monitored by the software, so that's why it's all on. I want prices to end in 99 because it just looks more professional. Minimum title length of 75, because you really shouldn't be leaving your title less than 75 characters. Title suggestions on, because that just helps you when you are doing your title. Forbidden words, these words are not allowed on eBay, so I've got knife and gun there. Out of stock. Yeah, so this one's completely up to you. I know some people, if something's out of stock, you can either set the quantity to 0, which I've had no issues with, or you can increase the price by £100, or you can set it what price you want to increase it by. And some people say when you set the quantity to 0, when the software does that, it sort of flags up on eBay system, so eBay can track, oh, this person has out of stocks X amount of times. But it's better to not have out of stocks, if anything. So yeah, it's the first time I've actually changed this in over 2 years, but I do think it sounds better. Quantity, default value. So fee percentage, I think the default on Hustle Got Real is 13, but I've just added it to 14 because I'd rather understate my profits rather than overstate them. Use business policies, so this is on, which is the reason I've left these defaults. Of course, in a different video I've showed you how to sort of create your business policies, but if you don't have any business policies, you can just set, the shipping times you want here and payment policies and stuff like that. Location postcode, and location city. I've actually just removed this in advance because it was personal. So this will be your PayPal email address, your location postcodes, whatever postcode you've used, whatever zip code you've used, and the city. And for myself with eBay, I purchased like a virtual address and I just use that as my location settings, and I've had no issues. So next we have sources. So yeah, this is just over here. If there's any sources that you use often, you can sort of preset the policies, which just helps with speed. So I don't use Amazon anymore, but I used to use it, and to be honest, it was quicker than this because I used Prime, so it was 1 to 2 days dispatch. But yeah, you can just preset the options here. So we've got Awesome here. If you know Awesome dispatches quite quickly, then these are my business policies. I can choose from these. My standard is 3 to 5 days, 2-day dispatch. That's my standard. What's next? So we've got pricing rules. So yeah, these are the pricing rules. If you want to run your store with a more systematic approach, which I recommend, it just allows you to manage things easier. Of course, if you're sniping, then you wouldn't use this, but essentially anything between 0 and £30 would be a 45% markup. Anything between £31 and £60, 40%, 61 and 99, 35, and so on. So if it's over £100, essentially it's going to be a 30% markup. That's just this is sort of my pricing strategy. And you have subscription and VA profiles, which you don't really need to cover. Templates. Yes, so I've got the default template, but I edited it just to change the colors. You can just play around, you can have a look at these templates and choose whichever one you want. So we've got tools, Price Warrior. This is just an added tool. I won't be covering that. Auto ordering, added tool. Listing service, added tool. Extensions, added tool. And finally, we just got reporting. So yeah, lastly, you got source analysis. You can just see a breakdown of your sources. And awaiting dispatch. When you get a sale, you simply click this and it will take you to directly to the supplier or the source, and it just allows you to place fulfill your order a lot quicker. And source analysis, it just gives you the breakdown of the sources you've used and the percentage of sales you've got from them. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's a very simple tool, no complications. Why you should be using them, and also I'll touch base on promoted listings. So business policies are important, and before you start selling, I'd recommend everyone to sort of set up their business policies. So yeah, this is my payment policy. Nothing's really changed here. You just want to ensure that PayPal's ticked, require immediate payment when buyers buy it now, because you don't want to be waiting for payment, awaiting payment. It just longs the whole process out. And of course, you want to enter your PayPal email address. I've just removed it for privacy reasons. So if I just go back here and return, that would be return default. So let's just edit the policy. Let's have a look in there. So I don't really change this one. So again, you can model this 30 days return policy. Definitely suggest that. Same for international returns. We do accept those. Go back. And the most important part is shipping or delivery. So my default shipping is 3 to 5 days delivery, 2-day dispatch. So I'm just going to explain that in a moment once this opens up. So yeah, this is the key. So I'm going to give you guys a golden nugget here. So 3 to 5 days, 2 working days dispatch. So you can see this is the standard delivery. It gives you 2 working days to get the item so 2 working days to ship out the item, and an additional 3 to 5 working days to get the product to the customer. So up to 7 days, and of course if it's on a weekend, even longer. And what I recommend everyone to do is to offer an additional service. So if you select that, I've already selected it, and select other 48-hour courier, and so this is essentially next day delivery charges. So you can make quite a good bit of money with this. So sometimes customers want the product to get to them sooner, and they will opt to have it shipped to them sooner for $5.99. It used to be, I think I used to price this at about $3.99, but I recently, I think, increased it. But it depends on what supplies you use. So for example, Awesome, their next day delivery is about $2.99 or $1.99. Fond House, $1.99, $2.99. So you price it at $4.99, you're making profit. Especially Awesome, I've had sometimes people purchase this and I don't even need to purchase expedited shipping on the supplier's website, because they always ship it out fast. Smiths, Awesome 1 to 2 days. So when someone purchases using this, I just check out as normal, and it still gets to them within 2 working days as the delivery time, and 2 working days dispatch. So that still applies. So definitely recommended to look into this. Okay, and yes, global shipping program. How can I forget? So you're definitely going to want to opt into the global shipping program. To do that, go and help global shipping program opt in. So this means that people outside of your region, so people outside the UK, can purchase my things. So you can get international purchases, and you send it to eBay's dropshipping center, and then they sort it out and get it to your buyer. So I sell to people in America, as far as Singapore, Japan, and all over Europe. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. And of course, you want to exclude these areas, because I believe those aren't a part of the GSP. So, and I've also got additional postage depending on the supplier. So 3 to 5 days, 2-day dispatch. That was the standard one. So this one's 1 to 2 days, 1-day dispatch. So for something like Amazon Prime, when I was using Amazon Prime, I used this a lot. Some Awesome listings I might put under this, or whoever ships next day. B&Q ship next day. Screwfix, I believe, used to ship next day. So I used to put them. So it's important to have different ones, because shipping time is important in how you rank on an eBay search. So you want to make sure your shipping is the best. So I used to use 3 days, 2-day dispatch, but it's better to overstate your shipping rather than understate it, because it's always better for a customer thinking they're going to get it later and they get it earlier. So yeah, so again, 3 days, 2 days dispatch. This is suppliers that I know that will, satisfy, fulfill the order in that time. So let me just show you guys how it looks. So you simply just click on this drop down arrow, and yeah, other courier. I use other courier. Don't use any of the Royal Mail ones. Just always use other courier, because if you use some of these, sometimes you might get charged a stampage fee or something like that. So I use other courier 24 hours, other courier 48 hours, whatever it is, use other courier. And yeah, so, and promoted listings. So promoted listings is something that you definitely want to do. When I was learning, I was taught to promote all my listings at 1%, and that's exactly what I did. and then I experienced a huge surge in sales from promoted listings. It was great, and as I told you guys in the previous video, eventually my promoted listings got flagged, my account got flagged, whatever it might have been. Um, so yeah, so what but I think the reason for that flag was for other reasons. But the strategy I would suggest is to promote your listings at 1.5%, because a lot of these coaches teach to promote at 1%. So if everyone's doing 1%, you do 1.5 if you want to show up higher in the search results. So essentially, what the sponsored results do. So what promoted listings do is that they enable you to rank higher in the search results and increase the likelihood of someone clicking your listing. So what happens is that your listing will show up twice under that title. So if you copy the title and paste it in the search bar, your listing will show up as a sponsored listing, one, and it will also show up as a regular listing. And the beauty of the promoted listing is that you only have to pay a fee if the item sells. So you don't have to pay anything for promoting a listing. It's free to promote the listing, and you only have to pay the 1.5% of the sale price once it's sold. So it's the only sort of system like that in e-commerce. It's amazing. So everyone should be promoting their listings after they get a few sales. After you get don't promote all your listings straight away. So yeah, the strategy I used was to promote all my listings, but over time I was taught to promote listings that aren't performing too well and to be more strategic with it. So I'd recommend that you don't just go promoting every single listing straight away, because I think that's what got me banned. So take your time with the promoted listings, promote a few, promote half your listings, and then gradually increase it upwards. But 1.5% is good. I know some people use 2, some people use 3. Depends on the product, depends how much it affects your margins. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. One of the things that I recommend setting up for your eBay dropshipping store, and the first is to opt into the seller hub. So this is what it will look like by default if you go onto my eBay and then you select selling. It'll take you to this page. Yeah, you don't want it to look like that. It just doesn't look as good. So what you want to do is you simply want to select help and contact at the top of the page, type in seller hub, go to, oops, that wasn't it, seller space hub. You can visit the seller hub, simply click that and start using seller hub. Okay, something went wrong. Okay, it's not working. Don't know why. It's probably because this account's not active. This is a test account. But this is essentially the seller hub. It allows you to manage your sales and manage your listings, your orders, all in one place. And it's just a lot better than this generic seller overview that you get. So definitely opt into the seller hub. It's not working because this account just hasn't been security checked. And another thing you want to do is you want to opt into the global shipping program. Again, on help and contact, simply just type in global shipping program and it will show you how to opt in. Make sure your account is opted in at the global shipping program preferences page. Simply just click that, make sure you're opted in. And this just essentially means that you can sell to people outside of your own country. So if someone from France wants to buy your goods and you're in the UK or US, they can. And it's essentially, if you're opted into the global shipping program, products are shipped to eBay's global shipping center, and then from there eBay handles the transaction, and then they also handle if anything goes wrong. So if you ship an item out to eBay's global shipping center, and then it's the item in a sort of way, it's their responsibility. So if it gets lost, eBay will sort it out, eBay will refund the buyer, that kind of thing. And it definitely leads to increased sales. So you just want to ensure that you're opted into the global shipping program so you can sell internationally. Yeah, and what else is here? Click and collect. I don't know if that's something you have to opt into. Yeah, so click and collect is another one. I believe, okay, yeah, simply just watch this video. It's a 2-minute video, but yeah, you can opt in here. Again, site preferences, just ensure you're opted in. This is essentially something that you can use to deliver to somewhere else, a shop, and a customer can go and collect it
at their leisure. So, for example, in the UK, you can deliver it to Sainsbury's, Argos, and then of course the customer, if they can go and collect it at that place. So again, this also leads to increased sales. Not a lot of people use this as much as global shipping program, but from time to time you'll get some people um, with um, click and collect orders. And with global shipping orders and click and collect orders, when you get an order, you'll receive a reference code for the global shipping program. So it will say ref number, then it will be like 12, 13 digit number. Um, you need to put that in on your delivery address, put it in on the second line of your delivery address. Likewise, with click and collect orders, you'll get an ECP number. It'll say ECP, and then there'll be a series of numbers. You need to put that in on the delivery address and the shipping details on the supplier's website. That allows the shop or eBay's global center to match the order. So it's extremely important you do that. And I definitely recommend both of these things as it's likely to increase your sales. As you can see here, he quadrupled his sales. So global shipping, seller hub, and click and collect. You want to ensure that you're running all those because it's going to help you better manage your business.